And to be honest, I don't think we really did contribute too much there at all. Instead of working, we were usually speaking in gibberish, making up songs, or getting chalupas from Taco Bell. So not exactly employee of the month material. But in our defense, that's probably why 14-year-olds shouldn't be working at the post office at that time. So different story for another time. But we were so bad at our jobs that they actually tried to separate us several times. And it never really worked. We always found our way back to each other because from the very beginning, Hannah and I just clicked. We bonded over Blink-182, our love for the internet. Yeah, Blink-182. Yeah, internet. Yeah. All things pop culture, and a slight obsession with taking photos of ourselves, which I think is still carried through to today. So, they weren't even called selfies then either. So we were really ahead of our time. But now, if you haven't caught on yet, Hannah and I were pretty cool kids. We were so cool that we'd actually spend hours at the library just so we could get on MySpace, literally ranking all of our friends. Probably for the best that doesn't exist anymore. But while we rearranged our top 8s daily based on our friends' behavior, a lot of them are here today. But Hannah and I had a pact that we would always keep each other in that number 1 spot. I didn't think I'd get emotional. No matter where we moved, no matter where we moved or who we met, who our new friends were, we agreed we'd never change that. But when we made that agreement at the very wise age of 14, we didn't really talk about marriage and how that would fall in line here. And how our future spouses would rank in this. But now that you are married, I think it's safe to say that officially qualifies Sean for this number 1 spot. But Sean, with this great honor, you now also inherit all the responsibilities that come with it. So, for example, you are now and forever will be Hannah's personal photographer. You've been doing a good job so far. And this includes a minimum of 50 photos per location. And don't even think about eating your food or sitting down before an Instagram-worthy photo has been taken, okay? Very important. And we're the photographers, these notes are for you too, so just make sure. So, Sean, from what I've seen, you've also already been working on your own poses. So I think you're gonna be just fine with this. But now something you all may have noticed about Hannah and Sean, I'm guessing you picked up on this pretty quickly. Hannah, I keep saying Seanna now. It's really caught on. But again, I'm guessing you probably picked up on this, but Hannah occasionally, and without any notice, speaks in a British accent. And it comes and goes. One time you'll be having a really serious conversation, and then bam, Hannah's British. And I kid you not, this has been going on since the day I met her. It's just who she is. So maybe it stems from her love for Harry Potter. I don't really know, but I don't question it anymore. I did initially, then it just kept happening, and here we are. So when Hannah was living in England and told me she met a nice British guy, I just remember thinking, yep, this tracks. This sounds about right. So it's almost like she maybe manifested this a little bit, which leads me to my next point. Another thing I've learned about Hannah from all of our shenanigans, she always finds a way to get what she wants. Like at our first homecoming dance, where we somehow ended up being crowned homecoming royalty. We weren't even nominated. Like, we were not even part of the conversation. Hannah and I just decided that night that we should obviously win. We like to make things about us. So we basically spent the entire night campaigning, telling people to vote for us. It was a full-on legit political operation, but somehow it worked. So Sean, be prepared to be pulled into some of Hannah's spontaneous, but somehow always successful adventures. Now, jumping to some of our more recent times together. For those that don't know, Hannah was actually my best woman at my wedding. And she started her speech by reading some text messages between us about when I met my husband, Chris. So I thought it was only fair to return the favor. But I'll keep it a little redacted, don't worry. So when she first told me about Sean, she really couldn't find anything wrong with him. Except for, and I quote, "I just wish he smiled bigger in his photos." Again, it's all about the photos here. But I'll be honest, I had to roll my eyes a little bit at this one. I was like, wow, we're really reaching here. Give the guy a break. So I got you, Sean. But now, from what I've seen on Instagram, I think we can all agree that that's really no longer an issue. Because every time I see you two, you're traveling the world, you're laughing, you're smiling, you're clearly having the best time. And even though I've only gotten to know Sean more recently, I don't need years to know one thing. He makes Hannah really, really happy. And that's all you can hope for your best friend. Because Hannah, you deserve someone who sees you, supports you, joins in on all of your silly adventures, takes a million photos with you, and most importantly, keeps up with the British accent. So to both of you, I want to wish you a lifetime of big smiles. Keep those going. Many spontaneous adventures and a lot more moments like this. So here's to Sean and Hannah. Congratulations. Riayo. Congrats.
Magic the Gathering on his bedroom floor. Can you believe it? As a teenager, he worked harder than anyone else I knew. For himself and for others, his education was very successful, and he tried his absolute best to coach me through my exams. He was not successful in that. And then he left me to go to university.
Okay, so my name's George. I'm the second third of a best man for Sean. So as Tom or Rano said, I met Sean at university. I remember a scrawny kid with sweeping hair that would constantly get in his eyes, and he had a bit of a twitch to kind of get it out of the way. And yeah, we got up to lots of shenanigans at uni. We drank cans of lager. We drank bottles of lager. We drank pints of lager sometimes when we could afford them. But yeah, despite all that lager, we actually fully attended our lectures. Thanks for dragging me out of bed, even though you were horrendously hungover most of the time as well. And yeah, so Sean was quietly in the background. On top of all that fun, he was working hard, going to the gym, studying in his room. And yeah, so by the end of uni, he graduated as the top student in our class. He changed from a scrawny kid with straggly hair in his eyes to the chiseled Adonis that we see today. And at the time, regularly kissed his biceps in the mirror. And yeah, so anyway, life moved on. He met Andy after me, but yeah, so I'll hand you over to Andy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andy. So I had the pleasure of meeting Sean in 2013. So as some of you may know, Sean is a pharmacist. He likes to keep that a bit of a secret because he doesn't want people to know how much of a nerd he really is. But as Rano said, that is what he is really. He's a bit of a nerd. But when I met Sean, he was in his Sensible Sally era. So he'd gone through the university where he'd gone out drinking all the time. And now was the time to just let that chiseled jawline flow, and his clean living lifestyle really came to the front. So the version that I saw of Sean was where he'd voluntarily drink chamomile tea. He would now say things like, I'll just have 1 pint. And even worse, I might head off early. It's an early start tomorrow. So it was very different from the university years. But this said, Sean was still as competitive when I met him as he was when he was a kid. And I saw that very much so when we ran the Rome Marathon together. So we literally started together. We crossed the line together, or so I thought. It turned out that he beat me by 1 second because he purposely waited that extra second to start to make sure that he beat me. So he once again was the winner of that. But much like in Taylor Swift's later life, he has now found the love of his life, Hannah. And it was perfect timing that you met Sean because it's actually the most British he's ever been. He's exceedingly polite now. He loves a queue. And now that he's with you, the British and the US, he's now going as a pair to try and conquer other countries like Germany, Africa, beyond. So it's very exciting times for the pair. And actually, when we chat to Sean, it's really exciting because every time we chat, there's just a new country that they're about to live in. It changes every time. We just don't know where it's going to be. And apparently he does own a flat in Cambridge, which is very exciting that he lived there for a whole month before. It was very, very exciting time. So one thing that has changed about Sean, though, is that his language has apparently improved since he's met Hannah, not through learning any Korean, but by saying trash and sidewalk, which for us Brits among us is so annoying. But that said, I know that whilst the era of sensible Sally has meant that he's settling down with the love of his life, I know that Hannah has brought out all of the best bits of all of these eras. And the next era, I'm sure, is the best to come.
Me again. I think Andy's just done my last bit, but we're going to go anyway. My favourite Sean era is this one. See, it's going to go quick. He's happy. He's loving. He's a little bit softer. And I think that's because he's got the love and the security to be his best self. And in return for that, he'll have your back forever. So, Sean, thanks for being a constant in our lives. Hannah, what have I got here? Thank you for being Sean's love and his joy, and for making excellent decisions. Congratulations to Sean and Hannah.
Friends and family together, with them being spread pretty much across the entire globe. It's not a common occurrence, so it means the world to us that you've all travelled here. And I've met some of you for the first time, and every person I meet is just so lovely and reinforces the fact that I just know Hannah's the right person for me, because we have very amazing people around us, and it means the world that you're all here today. So I want to say a few thank yous. Thank you to my best men for an incredible speech, which I know wasn't cooked up yesterday when you were hungover. I think about 20 minutes of preparation went into that, so it was, with that lens, it was quite impressive. So well done. I'd like to say thank you to Sarah, our amazing wedding planner, who's made this go so smoothly. So thank you. Been an absolute lifesaver today for us. Who else do we need to say thank you to? Yeah, so many people.
So many.
Thank you to all the photographers and videographers who have been capturing our day. Kamsahamnida, thank you to all of Hannah's Korean family for joining us. Thanks to my parents for making it out. Thanks to all of Hannah's family as well for welcoming me into their family and making our sort of joining of worlds so fun and exciting. So yeah, I'm going to let Hannah say a few words.
I didn't pay him to say any of that. Thank you, love. Thank you. Sean, I think, said it beautifully. We want to thank everybody for coming out. For those who are part of our wedding party, this couldn't have happened without you. A lot of folks asked, what can we do to help? Nicole being one of them. And everybody stepped up to the plate, so thank you. It's not easy planning a wedding when one of us lives in the UK, when the other of us lives in Germany and is spending 4 months in Africa. And I hope that it all came together and that everybody is having a wonderful time. So, yes. Okay. So, yeah, for the people who participated as part of the wedding party, thank you. For the folks who are attending, it's just so wonderful to see so many people from important areas of our life come together and mingle, and it's been really, really cool, and I will cherish this forever. And lastly, 사랑하는 한국 가족 여러분, 와 주셔서 감사합니다. Thank you.
Okay. The bar's open.